to another episode of Curtain Call Conversations. I'm here today with Aimie Atkinson, who will very soon be doing her very own Westway Session at the Vaudeville Theatre. How are you today?
I am very, very well, thank you. How are you?
Yes, I'm really well, thank you. I mean, your Vaudeville Theatre session will be on the 23rd of June. What can people expect when they come and see your fantastic show?
Oh, I mean, it's a whole thing. I don't know if anyone saw. I announced the guests for it last week. So we've got some amazing special guests on stage. But we've got a wonderful band as well. I'm going to be singing some songs from my new album, Queen, but also going to be singing some songs from shows that I've been a part of with my own sort of like little twist on them. So I'm super excited. It's going to be a really good night. I'm slightly nervous, but I'm also really excited about it.
Yeah, I mean, what's the vibe like for you, sort of doing a solo show as opposed to doing sort of like a big company musical, for example?
Yeah, it's really nerve-wracking actually. I think just doing something and like being yourself is so different to what I'm used to. Because in a musical, you're obviously playing a role, you're playing a different character. But something like the vaudeville show, I'm being me. So there's something more nerve-wracking about that because I guess there's more I don't know, more pressure, I guess, to I don't know, to be something. I don't know, it's
Yeah,
scary.
no, absolutely. I mean, it's fantastic that people get the opportunity to see you sort of as yourself, because as you say, a lot of people sort of think of you as a six queen, of course. We'll talk about that very shortly. And Vivian, of course, Pretty Woman, the musical, which was a fantastic show, which I did see you in it. I thought you were fantastic.
Oh,
So let's
great.
Yeah, let's talk about some of those brilliant shows that you've been a part of. I mean, I was a little bit late to the party going to see the Six Pro Shot, I have to say, but I did go, and what an experience
Do
that
you
was!
went? What did you think? Tell
Oh
me.
my God, it was just brilliant. Like just the opening of it when you did all that sort of backstagey chatting about it and how you all felt and everything. I just thought this is just epic, and then it kind of went into it, and it was just brilliant. I mean, for just a whole experience. What was that like for you and the other girls?
Oh, it was the best, honestly. Coming because I had been out of the show for 2 and a bit years, I think, when they asked us to come back. Like the movie was sort of always hovering around, like we're going to do this thing, but it took so long to come to fruition. So when we finally got the go ahead that we're doing it, it was amazing. But I'd been out of the show for nearly 3 years. So to go back to something, it was quite scary because I thought, well, am I, am I going to be able to do it justice? Am I going to be able to sort of redo this part that I knew so well? But as soon as we got back to the costumes and as soon as I saw the other girls, and it was like coming home, and it all sort of fell into place, and it was just amazing. I had the best time filming it, really did.
Yeah, I mean, when you say sort of you've done the role over 3 years ago, I mean, how easy was it for you to sort of remember the dialogue, the songs, and the spacing? I mean, it's just one of those shows, isn't it? You've
Oh,
got to be in the right place at the right
yeah.
time. How easy was that
Oh,
for
I
you?
I am awful. Like some people, some performers, like they can remember everything. Like it'll be 5 years later, and they will still be able to remember the whole choreography from a musical number. I am not that girl. As soon as I finish something, it's like my brain doesn't have the capacity to hold on to the information. So for me, it felt like I was sort of going back to the drawing board. Character
Yeah.
is, I guess, we're sort of similar in a way. So it's kind of like I don't know, it's like she's become me or I've become her. I don't know what happened there. But so that was kind of easy to slot back into her. But yeah, I don't remember anything. I'm awful. I really am so bad.
Yeah. Well, I mean, just as a theatre nerd that I am, and somebody that just loves live entertainment, I thought to go to the cinema and watch it like that was just outstanding. I mean, one thing I hadn't noticed up until that point, and I've seen Six quite a few times, was the earrings. Like you all got Roman numeral numbers in your earrings, and it's just little
Yeah.
details like that that I think a pro shot is just brilliant for.
Yeah. Exactly. And like it's, you can see all the everyone's little reactions more, you know, like little things that you maybe wouldn't see because you'd miss it in the stage version. You can see up close. So it's lovely to catch those little nuances that the different queens have. You know,
Yeah,
that's what I really enjoyed.
yeah, absolutely. Was there sort of more pressure knowing that it was being filmed for this massive sort of pro shot as opposed to just doing it in a theatre with, you know, however how many thousand people, you know, millions of people are going to see this?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, yes, there's definitely a pressure to it. I was just really nervous about, especially with Catherine Howard. I wanted to make sure that I told that story as like, I don't know, as gracefully as I could, because it's quite a interesting role in the way that she's so witty and
Yeah,
funny and dry, but then obviously underneath it all, there's this like massive vulnerability. And I was just so conscious of, because when you're on stage and in theatre, like sometimes things land, sometimes things don't, and it's kind of, that's what theatre's like you just forget about it and you do it again the next day
yeah,
and you get another go at it. But with something like this, I was just worried that I wanted to get all those little bits in and make sure that she was, the story, her story in particular, was coming across as well and as gracefully as I could, you know.
yeah.
I don't know, some, I've seen it 4 times now, and the first time I watched it I was like, oh no, what have I done? I've not done it, I've not done what I the fourth time I watched it I was like, Aimie, give yourself a break, like it's fine, you know. But watching yourself like that is just so icky.
Yeah, I can imagine it's pretty cringe, but you know, you all six of you were just unbelievable. It was so great to see you all back together. I mean, you know, you grew such a great friendship, the six of you, that you even sort of set up your own band
Yeah,
afterwards, which is amazing.
yeah.
How that sort of came about.
Well, it was actually in the pandemic. It's funny because Lexi, who played Cleve, she would always joke when we were in the show, we should set up a girl band, we should be a girl band. And we used to laugh all the time about it.
Yeah,
And then in the pandemic, I was like, girls, should we just like, we'll put on a concert? You know, it means that we can get back together, we can sing again because we missed each other. And
yeah,
we put on this concert, and it was one of the first concerts that was like an in-person concert after we'd kind of all been locked away. And it was just, we couldn't believe that we had the support from the six fans, but not singing six songs. It was
yeah,
just, we were singing pop songs at the time. At this time, we hadn't written any of our own music, but we were so blown away by the support that we had outside of six, you know, outside of being these characters. Like they really were so invested in coming to see Maya and coming to see Millie and coming to see us as people rather than us playing the roles of. And it was
yeah.
a real sort of eye opener for us. And we just loved singing together so much that we didn't want it to end. So after that was such a, why write some of our own original songs and see how we get on. And it just happens so easily, and we write so well together, and we're like, we've become family, you know.
Yeah.
So it's all been, yeah, it's happened so easily, and yeah, we're just still going, still plodding along.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's so exciting to be able to have that and to have those friendships from, you know, essentially a job, isn't it? So, you know, it's nice to have
Yeah.
that afterwards as well. I mean, let's talk briefly about your sort of time in Pretty Woman, the musical as well, which you performed at the Savoy Theatre, which is iconic in itself. I mean, what was the time like for you and your fellow cast members at that particular theatre?
Oh, it was great. I mean, it was a bit of a funny one because we just opened, and we'd only been open for like 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks, and then the pandemic happened, so we were locked away. So I felt it was a strange experience because it was a dream role for me. I never thought I'd get cast in something like that. So when I got it, I was just so, I couldn't understand why I'd been cast. So, but then to do it and to, I don't know, I had the best time. And then for it to be stopped so suddenly, and then it was a year and a half before we stepped back onto the Savoy stage. So it was a bit of a strange one because I ended up being in that show for nearly 3.5 years, but with a pandemic in the middle.
Yeah,
So it was such a mass. It's been such a massive part of my life. Like again, you sort of like become the character. It's such a strange thing to go through when you're doing something every single day, and you find like there's little bits of yourself like in that role. But I loved it. We had an amazing cast, and the songs were just, it was just perfect. Like for me as a coming out of six, I was so nervous. I thought, well, what am I going to do now? How am I going to not top that, but I think when you come out of a job, you never think you're going to work ever again. Like I've always got that fear of like, no one's ever going to hire me ever again. So to get something like Pretty Woman straight off the bat was just, yeah, a dream come through, and I loved it so much.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, talking about sort of the processes that you go through to get a job like that. I mean, what was the audition process like? I mean, how many rounds were there? What did you have to do? I'm really intrigued by that.
Do you know what? It's so funny because my whole life, and I've auditioned for massive shows, and um, you go through these audition process. Like sometimes it goes on for months and months and months, and then when you don't get the job, which is most likely, because there's so many people going for it, it can be quite difficult because you're like, I've just spent 3 months, auditioning for this role. But with Pretty Woman, I was very lucky because Jerry Mitchell, who was our director and choreographer, he was a massive fan of Six, and he
Oh,
came to see Six. He loved Catherine Howard, like he was such a big fan of Catherine Howard, her as a character, and
yeah.
so it all happened quite, I guess, I don't know, it was all just happened at the right time. So I
Okay.
didn't actually have that many auditions. I only had 2 auditions for Pretty Woman, which is not normal.
Yeah.
But I think he had just made up his mind that he wanted someone from Six to do it, and it just so happened to be me.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Why
Um,
not?
so
Well done. I mean,
I was very, very lucky. That's not a normal situation. Like normally I'm auditioning for months and months and months and then I never get it.
I mean, how do you deal with that sort of that rejection? I guess is the only word that we can use. Like when you're going through that process for so long and then it's just not. Do you just feel like it's not meant to be? Do you get upset? I mean, what? How
Yeah,
do you feel about it?
I think it was harder when I was younger, but now I mean, it's so interesting, isn't it? Because sometimes when I got Six, I'd actually at the same time was auditioning for a Disney Channel show. And for
Yeah.
me, I didn't really know what Six was, but I knew the Disney Channel and I thought, wow, this could really change my life. Like if I got this TV show, this is going to put my life on a whole other level. And so I was so invested in this TV show, and then I didn't get it. So I got down to the final. It was between me and another girl, and I didn't get it. And I remember being absolutely devastated at the time. But then the week later, I got cast in Six, and obviously Six has changed my life like nothing else could have. And the Disney Channel show, I think, got axed
Oh no.
after one series.
Oh, God.
So, it, yeah, I know. So it's that thing where I don't get too attached anymore because I think, well, whatever will be. And if it's not the thing that I'm going for, it just means that something else is around the corner that is better for me. So I've become a bit zen about it all, I think, in my older age.
Well, no. I mean, that's exactly the way to be, isn't it? Because as you say, if it's not meant to be, it's not meant to
Yeah,
be.
it's nothing to do with you. Like it's most of the time it's got nothing to do with your ability. So I just don't get too tied up in it. But I understand how you can, and rejection is difficult.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, what is it about this industry that you love and that you decided needed to be your career path?
Oh, it's a hard one, isn't it? I mean, for me, I wasn't very good at anything else. I mean, I just always performed, even when I was very shy when I was younger. Like I wouldn't really speak to anybody, but I loved to sing. But again, I was very shy. Like I wouldn't sing in front of my parents. So I would like go down to the bottom of the garden and I would sing songs.
Yeah.
And like that's how I kind of got into it. My next door neighbors, they heard me singing and they told my mum and dad. And then they sort of enrolled me in like a drama club. And I don't know, there was something about for me, like the people, like I loved the people that were into drama. Like they were very accepting, and I was obviously very shy, very geeky and gawky and all of these things, and I've just felt so accepted. And then I don't know, I love performing, and like I said, I wasn't very good at anything else, so I just had to follow through with the performing and hope that it worked. And I
It's
mean, there's highs and
it,
lows obviously
yeah,
sometimes.
it's certainly done that for you, hasn't it? I mean, you're sensational in every role that you do. So, it's certainly good. It's good for you. So let's talk about
Oh, thank you.
Westway Session and why people should come and see you on the 23rd of June.
Oh, I'm very excited about this. I mean, I've always been writing and stuff, but when I do musicals, you have to give like 100% of your soul to whatever show that you're in. So my sort of writing and musical stuff sort of took a back seat which it had to. But when I finished Pretty Woman, I was like, oh, I'm just gonna, write and see what happens. And then, things just started to happen. And then Westway got involved and they wanted to do this album. And that was really exciting that they were invested in doing that. And so this show is kind of encompassing all of that. There's some new songs in there that, like I said, there's some musical theatre stuff in there, but with my own sort of take on it. And I'm just excited for people to hear it. And like I said, slightly nervous, but I think you have to do things that scare you. So I'm going for it.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, it sounds wonderful. We are running a competition for one lucky person to come and see your show on my channels. So I shall share all the details very soon for that one. But thank you so much for having a chat with me. It's been absolutely lovely. And I wish you all the best with the session and with whatever you do in the future.
Thank you so much for having me.
You're very welcome.